Welcome to the Unstuck Podcast. This is your host, Drew Cost, and it's pre-warning. Aaliyah, my little one, might run by in and out, but we're going to do this episode because it's important. What do I need to do before I launch a product or a service? This is so important. This is something that entrepreneurs, coaches, leaders, you want to know this information. I'm giving it away totally free. Go and execute. So when we think about a launch, or we think about putting on an event, that may be an in-person event or a virtual event, what usually comes to mind is we put it out and then people are just going to flood it. They're going to come and we're going to just make millions immediately. That's what we usually think is going to happen. That's usually not what happens. Or we post it once and we think everybody who's following us saw that post, so they're gonna just come, and as we know, that usually does not happen as well. So what's happening, Drew? Most of the times people are not seeing the post, they're not seeing the email, or if they're seeing the post or the email, there may not be something in it that makes them gravitate or that pulls them in. So let's look at it now. If we're doing emails, right, the emails have to have more than just loads of information. Now, I may get in trouble for saying this. I'm not a huge fan of long newsletters. By the second paragraph, most of the times I stop reading personally, but I am a fan of like one paragraph. It's spaced out, and then there's a link to like a video or something else if I wanted to go deeper. Also, with the email, it can't just be full of just information. Maybe there's a giveaway, maybe there's a prize, maybe there's an early registration, a discount. There has to be something in the email that draws them back to you. Now, with the posting part, what we usually see is, come to my event. This is the name of the event. That is cool, but what is the person gonna get out of the event? What type of transformation is going to happen that would make them give their money to you or your company to come to this event? We want to think about those things. So I'm going to map out how you could do it. Let's say your event is I think today is the 10th of February. Okay, it is. Let's say it is the 10th of February. Your event is March 10th. Most people will start marketing March the 5th. That's way too little time unless you're like Myron Golden or like Jay-Z or Taylor Swift and you have a humongous crowd and people are flocking to get to you. If you're not one of them, then you want to listen to this part. I suggest instead of waiting till March 5th to market for an event that's going to be on March the 10th, I would honestly say start marketing February the 10th. Now you might say, well, people get tired of seeing the same exact post. They might, but remember, number one, everyone is not seeing your post. Well, it doesn't matter who you are. It's just how the algorithm is set up. If you have 400 followers, it's probably less than 100 people who are seeing the post. And then for them to see and take action is a whole different ball game. Now, if you think people are going to get sick of seeing the post, it leads me to show you the next part. I want to create either posts or videos that can carry me through that whole 30-day journey to get to the end date. If you want to look on my website, I have a launch template where it gives you 20 to 30 posts that you can put out. You can just plug your pictures in, your information in, so that there's a lead up. We want a lead up, just like a plane. You usually don't see a plane take off as soon as the passengers are in the plane. They usually have to sit them down, get them buckled in, tell them the instructions, and then there's a runway which leads to them taking off, and they don't just get into 10 feet in the air and then they're all of a sudden in the sky. There's lead up. It's the same thing when we're launching. So let's say I'm launching, let's just say I was launching a content bootcamp. Today's the 10th. Within the 10th of February, until March the 10th, I want to be doing what I would like to call early giveaways. First 10 people to sign up, you get this for this amount. That's an early giveaway. Prize. Second person to sign up today, or first person to sign up today, you're going to get an extra blah, 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 blah. I want to increase and create urgency around signing up ahead of time so that I don't get to March 5th and have no signups. So with these posts now, if I'm going to do the post or do this, the launch, the bootcamp by myself, I'm going to be putting videos out about questions that people keep asking about the product, about the service. For mine, if it's content, I'm going to show you a way to take 30 minutes and make 3 months of content. I'm going to show you how to make your content engage with your customers so much that they come to you with their wallet open. I want to create something that talks about what they want, not what I want. We get that confused when we do launches. We just put little energy into launches and realize people want to know that they're going to get something from it. So those 30 days, I'd be putting videos out about, the problems that are going to be solved in this launch, the people who they're going to get to network with. If I was doing the 30-day bootcamp with other people, I would put out things with them in it. I would put out things to keep enticing almost every day, so that by the time it's halfway through it, I have people signed up. Just because you post it once doesn't mean you can't post it again. Reposting is part of the plan. Why? People do not always see the post, or people need to see it again. They need to understand. The first time they see it, they're going to be like, maybe. And then the second time, they're going to need to get more information from you. So we're going to look at that within the 30 days. Also, the people who do sign up, this is something that gets missed. The people who do sign up, I want to be still nurturing them through my email. Let's say Brett signed up for my 30-day boot camp. He signed up early, so instead of getting it for $99, he got it for $47. When he has signed up, I got his email. I want to be nurturing him. I want him to know for a fact that he made the right decision to join his boot camp. I even want to probably upsell him. All right, Brett, you're in. You got in. We are glad that you're here. Here's an offer if you want it, or somebody else wants it, some templates or whatever you want to offer. But for me, if it was him, he got into that boot camp. He paid the $47. Hey, Brett, we have a 15-minute call option for $30 or whatever else. Here's your coupon or your code to take advantage of that. Why? Because they already bought from you, and if you're doing it quick enough, when they buy, they're probably ready to buy again if they can. So I want to, even the people who already signed up, I want to keep nurturing them. I want them to keep knowing they made the best decision, and I want them to actually become evangelists for me. When they get in the program, when they get into the, they bought the program and they're waiting for the day to come, I want them telling other people that they made the best decision by how I'm treating them, even in the email. You don't want to miss these little small things to do, because we want people, when they come to the event, they come to online, we want them to know that they made the best decision to come do business with us on that day. So that 30 days, I'd be doing the videos, the posts, I'd be doing some live interviews with people, right? It seems like a lot of work, but we want to think people have so much options to do other things that we want to make sure they know that we're the option that we want them to be with. We want them to know that. So with that being said, I would take those 30 days away from the original date, and I would do it like that. I would put a post out every day or a video giving snippets of the problems that's going to be solved. I would do some lives. If you're going to be doing the service or the event with other people, I would do some lives with the people so they can know who's going to be showing up. And then thirdly, I would be nurturing through email. The people who are interested, The people who signed up, nurture them, warm them up, let them know that they made the best decision to work with your business on that day. And I would just keep it simple. It doesn't need to be complicated. Keep it simple, but you have to be consistent. You have to give it enough time because people don't always see it. Or sometimes people just need to keep seeing it more and more. So give it enough time. This time when you launch, the next product, the next event, give it enough time, see what happens. Go be great.